All right, sorry guys. Apparently the stream was not working just because school Wi-Fi doesn't allow streaming. I can get that. I mean, it takes a lot of bandwidth up. So we're just going to do these videos. Um, and you can ask me questions in the Zoom meeting. You can do questions later. So I'm just going to walk you through how to do this cladogram analysis. Once again, starting from the beginning again. I'll post this on Canvas later on. So let's go ahead and just get started. So once again, I went into Canvas and I found this cladogram analysis. It's on the home portion of Canvas. You can find it. I've also I had it Monday. This is what I linked on Monday. So let's go ahead and read it, and I'm just going to explain to you how I want you to turn it in and how I want you to complete it. So let's start by reading our little introduction here. It says, how does a cladogram reveal evolutionary relationships? Well, what is a cladogram? It's a diagram that depicts evolutionary relationships among groups, and it is based on phylogeny, which is the study of evolutionary relationships. So in modern times, we don't really use like the Linnaean system of classification. We kind of do, but it's more of an adapted, evolved version that we use today, based on the close relatedness of different species. So sometimes a cladogram is called a phylogenetic tree, or like the tree of life, though technically there are minor differences between the two. In the past, biologists would group organisms based solely on their physical appearance, so the physical characteristics that you saw in that organism. But today, with advances in genetics and biochemistry, biologists can look more closely at individuals to discover the pattern of evolution. So, for instance, two organisms have more closely identical genes or more closely related genetic sequences, then scientists can determine or infer that those two are probably pretty closely related. And then they group them based on those relationships that they find from the genetic information. So this strategy is called evolutionary classification. Cladistics, which is what we're going to be doing today, is a form of analysis that looks at features of organisms that are considered innovations or newer features that serve some kind of purpose. So physical features that you can see on an organism. Think about the word innovation means in regular language. Maybe you haven't heard it in regular language, but basically it means new, novel, something brand spanking new that hasn't been seen before. These characteristics appear in later organisms, but not in earlier ones, and are called derived characteristics. So today we're going to look at a bunch of different derived characteristics and place them in their appropriate spots. So as you see, I have my paper opened up, and over here on the right, I have a blank Google Doc. Now I renamed it Cladogram Analysis because that's what it should be named. And that's what I'm going to see when you share with me. Now, there are two parts to this. There's part one, which is just analyzing the cladogram, and then there's part two, which is creating your own cladogram. You don't have to actually draw it, but we are going to be basically making this chart and trying to go through and answer these questions and put like which ones have what. So if we were to make a cladogram, we could easily see what it would look like. So let's do our first one. We've got 1 through 8. Those correspond to one of these letters. We got to match them up. So one thing about derived characteristics, the characteristics should be seen in every one of the organisms after that, not seen before that. So let's look at which different features or derived characteristics we have. We have wings, 6 legs, a segmented body, double set of wings, a cerci, which are abdominal appendages or like some sort of legs, crushing mouth parts, legs, and curly antennae. And if I had to say, number one, Where would wings first get developed or first appear? You don't see them in anything before the fly here. So wings, this derived characteristic, would be right there, letter F. On your Google Sheet or Google Doc, one would be F. 2 are 6 legs. If we look up here at our spider, it has 8 legs. So 6 legs have not developed. But all insects do have 6 legs, from the ant here to the butterfly. So when would the 6-legged thing first develop? That would be letter C. Move on to number 3, a segmented body. That means the body has like different parts to it. That seems to me, if I had to guess, it would be right around A. It'd have to be letter A. Segmented worms, they have their own segments. The spider here, it has a segment there. Insects, of course, have the head, thorax, abdomen. Those are all examples of segmented bodies. So the segmented body would be letter A. Number 4, a double set of wings. This is just a single set of wings here on the fly. Can't really say that's a double set, but both the dragonfly and the butterfly have 2 sets of wings. So the double set of wings would be right here at letter G. Number 5, cerci, which are abdominal appendages. I think that would first come here at letter B. Why? Because we don't see legs before that point. Legs develop after that. Now, not necessarily 6 legs, but just having legs in general, that's going to start at letter C. Number 6, crushing mouth parts. Now, none of these really have crushing mouth parts except for the ant. Now, if you kind of see here, boom, there's a little split there, and ants kind of go off in their own direction. So letter D, I would say, would be the crushing mouth parts. 7, oh, sorry. Well, I did mess up. So abdominal appendages, cerci. I don't know. I'll have to. We'll use the process of elimination here in a second. Legs would definitely be developed at B then. So we'll have to figure out where that fits in. No, okay, I'm good. So last one is curly antenna. The curly antennae are right here. And of course, nothing before that has the curly antennae. They all have like long antenna going on. So that would be letter H. So make sure there aren't any doubles. Good, we're fine. And of course, there are more letters than there are numbers, so we don't actually have to finish all that. Now, that's part A. The second part, or part 1, sorry. The second part is a little bit more complicated because we have to make a chart. So we see we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's a 6 by 6 little chart here. We can go to insert chart, or sorry, table, and I want to do 6 by 6. Boom. First one doesn't have anything. Second one, cells. Here we got backbone, legs, hair, and lastly, opposable thumbs. down here, we've got slugs, catfish, frog, tiger, and humans. Now what we're going to do, we're just going to go ahead and cross out or put an X in any one that has that particular feature. So one basic characteristic of all living thing is that they are made of cells. So slugs, catfish, frogs, tigers, humans, they are all going to fit this one. They are all made of cells. They all have cells. Let's go through. Which ones have a backbone? Slugs do not have a backbone. Everything after that, catfish, frogs, tigers, and humans, are all going to have backbones. They are chordates. It's a very basic feature. So if you've got like nerves, movement, most moving things, they're going to have backbones. Legs. I mean, hopefully you can kind of see where this is going. Legs. Slugs don't have legs. Catfish obviously don't have legs. They have fins. However, the frog, the tiger, and the human all have legs. Hair. Frogs don't have hair. Catfish don't have hair. Slugs don't have hair. But tigers and humans do. And lastly, we have opposable thumbs. Boom. Humans have the opposable thumbs. So if we were to make a cladogram, we'd have slugs on one end, humans on the other, and every single time we go up the chart, so like this, like slugs would be down here, humans would be over here, and every single time we go up, we add a new derived characteristic. Yeah, derived characteristic. So these would be the derived characteristics. These are the organisms. Slugs, they're all made of cells. That would be like at point A. Right here. Point B would be like the backbone, and you'd have the catfish and all the other organisms, the frog, the tiger, and the human. So essentially, that's all you need to do for this Google Doc. And then you just share that with me. So to share it with me, hit share, put my email address in there, cdriver@Brown County Schools, and that will be how I grade it. So here's how you do it, and basically the answers to it. If you have any questions, I'll be live on Zoom from like noon to 1, and you can just ask me questions then. All right, guys, that's all I got for you, and I will talk to you later.